awesomeness, a little bit Christmas spirit. Our opening words this morning were written by Jennifer Kitchen. Come sit by our fire and let us share stories. Let me hear your tales of far-off lands, wanderer, and I will tell you of my travels. Share your experience of the holy with me, worshiper, and I will tell you of that which I find divine. Come and stay, lover of leaving, for ours is no caravan of despair, but of hope. We would hear your stories of grief and sorrow as readily as those of joy and laughter, for there is a time and a place and a hearing for all the stories of this world. Stories are the breath and the word of the Spirit of life, that power that we name love. Come, for our fire is warm and we have seats for all. Come again and yet again. Come speak to me of what fills your heart, what engages your mind, what resides in your soul. Come, let us worship together. Good morning again. Welcome to Buckman Bridge Unitarian Universalist Church. I am Jennifer Fluffy Tinsel Pants Bacmeister, and my pronouns are she and her. I will be your worship leader today. In case you can't tell, we're going to have an extra special service this morning. We have an update on Mr. Grinch's life since his heart grew 3 sizes. Good thing, Whoville is nearby. For the smallest of the small, the nursery is open, but all the other Who children will stay in the service this morning. Who adults, you stay put too. If you are visiting us for the first time, you made an excellent choice this morning. For visitors or returning guests, please stop by the welcome table and get a name tag so that we may get to know you by name. Everyone is welcome to stay after the service for beverages, refreshments, and scintillating conversation. We do set some chairs up in the back so everyone can be included in the conversation and snacking. Since we are always learning how to best include everyone, please let Josh or Julie know if you have a need that is not being met. We want to keep widening our circle. If you are interested in learning more about UU in general and our congregation in particular, please check at the welcome table for information on our Learn About Us classes. A quick reminder to please silence your flu-fluvers, tartukas, who-wonkas, and electro-who-cardio-flukes, and your cell phones. We have a little bit of administrative business to handle. We have 2 reminders this morning. First, the Elf Buddy meeting will be at 11:50. Who's excited to find out their Elf Buddy? Don't forget, if you're participating with the choir, rehearsal will be at noon today. They are starting in the Forest Church Room until the Elf Buddies get out of the way and they can have the front of the sanctuary. We have announcements from the board as other reminders. Next Sunday, we will be collecting food donations for St. Mary's Episcopal Church's food pantry. This collection will help make the holidays a little brighter for the many food insecure people who come to the food pantry. And just a quick reminder that the Journey Circle signups are also due by next Sunday, December 21st. If you haven't had a chance to register yet, there's still time, 1 week exactly. You'll find the sign-up link in both the weekly newsletter and in Sunday's order of service. We hope you'll join us for meaningful conversation, connection, and community in the new year. But for now, it's still December. Around the world, many religions are celebrating a season filled with hope and remembrance. We are in the midst of Advent, and Hanukkah begins this evening. For those of us who look to the natural world for our spirituality, the winter solstice is drawing near. And for everyone, there is joy and festivities in the cultural celebrations of all the winter holidays. Welcome one and all to Buckman Bridge Unitarian Universalist Church. We joyfully welcome you, whoever you are, whatever tradition, gender, race, sexual orientation, or age you represent. Through all your days in our presence, may you experience love. We have an opening hymn this morning. It's going to be a tough one. We kind of pulled this out of the woodwork, but it's a positive crowd. I feel like you guys can, If you would, please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing all 3 verses of Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. The words are on the screen and also in your hymnals. Some of y'all hit the harmony on that last note. That was amazing. and thank you, song leaders, for reading my mind, because I forgot to tell them to come forward. Many years ago, thousands of years ago, people in the northern hemisphere were thought to have gathered wreaths of evergreen and lit fires as signs of hope in the coming spring and renewed light. The custom was kept alive by Christians, and by the 16th century, which was a couple hundred years ago, the Advent wreath had gradually spread across many parts of the world. Today, Advent is the period of 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas. It's also the time when days are shortest, when cold settles in, and maybe not today, but check the thermometer on Monday night, and when people need the cheer brought by the promise of light and warmth. As we light one more candle each Sunday, this Advent wreath symbolizes our waiting experience. Week by week, the candles remind us that the darkness of fear and hopelessness recede as more and more light is shed into the world. The flame of each new candle reminds us that there is more yet to come. Advent is a season of waiting, of expectation, and longing. On this 3rd Sunday of Advent, we'll light one more candle on our wreath, the candle that represents joy. How is it, you may wonder, that we could celebrate joy when there's also so much suffering in the world? Isn't that contradictory? It is an exercise of faith to address the unknown, which can also be called the not yet known. Advent is a season of watchfulness. We listen and keep vigil for the promise of things to come. We speak and sing about the promise of the not yet manifest, as reflected in the words of familiar hymns like O come, Emmanuel. People look east, the time is near. Love, the guest, is on the way. There's a star in the east, it will lead you. These are the songs of the hopeful and songs of faith. These hymns encourage us to enter and consent to the practice of opening to possibility. I'll ask Mary Blizzard to come forward and light our candles this morning. Yay! Mary was not expecting that, but I'm sure she appreciates it. Joy is one of the qualities that, if not yet present within us, will come to us in its own time. This light of joy, then, doesn't require that you experience joy now, today, in your immediate surroundings. Instead, it's a reminder to wait for it with faithfulness that overshadows pain and cynicism. May the lighting of our Advent candle bring us patience, grant us faith, and draw us closer to joy. Oh, stand by, Mary. One more. We light our chalice each Sunday as a symbol of our faith's core values, the light of reason and truth, the warmth of community, and the energy of hope and action. Our ritual helps us create sacred space and reminds us to focus on worship. Our reading today is all about fire. But listen closely. What kinds of fire is the poet Tony Jolly, I picked that one on purpose, talking about? It's called Fire on Your Finger. Thank you, Mary. Fire on your finger. Fire in your eye. Fire in your spirit. Fire that won't die. Fire in the bare bones of being. Fire to uphold what's right. Fire in the heart of darkness. Fire to fuel love's light. Fire to burn but not consume. Fire to learn and not assume. Fire to live and give living room. Fire to love and sing her tune. Fire. As our chalice flame helps us create our sacred worship space, we sing a song to help us be ready to worship together, and that song is The Call to Worship. If you would please rise and bow to your spirit and join me in singing our call to worship. The words are in your order of service and also on the screen. Say this every Sunday, but you guys sound awesome. Did y'all get out in the parking lot, like warm up your singing voices before you came in? Because I feel like that's what's going on here. Yes, okay, I have a yes over here, so I'm on to you. As a creedless faith, the members of this church are joined together in a covenantal relationship, which we individually and collectively enter into on purpose. Covenantal relationship is just a fancy way of saying we've worked out what's important to us and how we're going to act around each other. Each UU congregation chooses how they will express their vision of covenant. I suggested we do it as a Mongolian throat chant, but I was voted down. You can thank the worship committee. Each Sunday, we speak the words of our covenant together, both as a reminder and an expression of our faith in our fellow congregants. Please remain seated and repeat the covenant with me. The words are in your order of service and on the screen. We covenant to engage one another with honesty, kindness, and respect, to value diversity, seek understanding of our differences, and practice gracious accountability with care, love, and empathy. We make these promises to those who are here and those yet to come, so that we may be a safe, welcoming, and beloved community of acceptance, learning, and transformation. I have a reading for you. It's called On the Hope of a Small Flame by Kent Nurburn. We are not saints. We are not heroes. Our lives are lived in the quiet corners of the ordinary. We build tiny hearth fires, sometimes barely strong enough to give off warmth. But to the person lost in the darkness, our tiny flame may be the road to safety, the path to salvation. It is not given us to know who is lost in the dark that surrounds us, or even if our light is seen. We can only know that against even the smallest of lights, darkness cannot stand. A sailor lost at sea can be guided home by a single candle. A person lost in the wood can be led to safety by a flickering flame. It is not an issue of the quality or intensity or purity. It is simply an issue of the presence of light. Sometimes you are the light. Sometimes you are the seeker of the light. But you are always enough. As in many other churches, each week we collect an offering. The offering is practical in that we need pledges and donations to keep the lights on, the coffee hot, and the RE teachers stocked with poster paints and tape. You're welcome. The offering is also But the offering is also symbolic. Even though you may take care of the finances in many ways other than the offering, we pass the plate during our worship service to make a community expression of thanks for the blessings of abundance. Our collection of the offering reminds us that the act of giving is an essential spiritual practice. So even if during this ritual your offering is only symbolic, we ask that you take the plate and pass it to your neighbor, and our offertory ushers, David Rulison and Ruth Baker, will help us cross the aisles. At the completion of the offering, please rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. Y'all sound fantastic. It has been my honor and privilege as Fluffy Tinselpants to lead the service to this point, but I will turn it over to our master storyteller, Beth, for the part you've all really been waiting for.
Welcome to Religious Education's production of The Grinch Who Saved Christmas. Now, gather in close, every who, old and new, for a tale from Mount Crumpet that's waiting for you. Now the Grinch, once so grumpy, once stealing with spite, found his heart growing 3 sizes one magical night. He lives now in Whoville with laughter and cheer, with Martha May Who Grinch, his love most sincere. They are parents to young little Gussie and Grace, young Grinches who've grown at Whovillian pace. And the Grinch, now a toy maker, clever and bright, is a do-gooder, a helper, a bringer of light. So gather in closely, dear Who's tall and small, for this Grinchy good tale, a story for all.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a big, bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. You've got garlic in your soul and everywhere else, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Well, that's about right. You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. You've got termites in your smile. You have all the charming sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. You know what? Given the choice between the two of you, I think I would take the seasick crocodile. Oh, there's more. Like this. You're a rocker, Mr. Grinch. You're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a... No, wait a minute, I've got it here. Your soul is an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up in tangled up knots. Yeah, you know it. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. You're I know what they are. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The 3 words that best describe you, and they are, let me conjugate them for you. They are, and they quote, stink, stank, stunk. You know it.
Thank you, Gary Smart and David Dean.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, the Grinch family just take their starting positions, and I also need the planning committee up here over there on the stage. Oh, so that song still follows him around, but it just isn't true anymore. The Grinch, more than nearly any other Who, has a tremendous time not being mean. Whenever a Who customer buys a toy in his shop, he usually packages the toy with extra ribbons and sends them off cheerfully with an extra shower of unnecessary sprinkles. The bell rang at the Grinch's toy shop door. It was Martha May Who Grinch with young Gus and Gracie, and they were all very excited. Time to go, Martha May insisted. The town meeting is about to start. And the Grinch packed up, declaring a do-gooder's work never ends. And off they hurried to Whoville Square. Now, if I could just dim the house lights, that would be great, just a little bit. The Who's gathered in a happy little huddle as the mayor stepped forward and announced, "Who's rejoice! This year's Minister of Merriment, the Who that will guide us to Christmas cheer is the Grinch." Gus pumped a green fist in the air, and Gracie jumped up and down, and Martha May told the Grinch how very proud she was of him. Oh, but in one quiet corner, not everyone joined the jubilation. Percival Who and his buddy Puddleby stood together, arms crossed. For years, Percival hoped to lead the Christmas celebration. He sighed dramatically. "I don't know, Puddleby. I have leadership. I have spreadsheets. I even organized the tinsel last year." Puddleby eyed the Grinch suspiciously. "Can we really trust a Grinch with Christmas? Do I not need to remind everyone of the last time the Grinch took Christmas in his own hands?" Even knowing that happened years ago now, a few nearby Who's nodded nervously. I now invite the school kids up, and the committee can sit down. I need the teacher and the Grinch kids, Electra, Mia, Harper, Harry, Elora, Khaleesi. The next day at Whoville Grammar School, the teacher announced, "Children, please form a single line while I assign the roles you will play in the upcoming Christmas pageant." The children buzzed with excitement as the costumes were handed out. Angel, 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 until at last Gus and Gracie reached the front of the line. With a dramatic flourish, the teacher announced, "And you two shall be the trees." "Trees," Gus whispered. "The things that birds sit on without even asking?" The teacher, now flustered, explained, "Well, they are a very important part of our pageant. So tall and green Green, whispered Gracie to Gus. It figures. Quietly, Pippa Who, the niece of Percival, stepped forward. If my friends are trees, she said, then I would like to be a tree too. Really? You'd like to be a tree with us? Asked Gracie. Absolutely. We trees have got to stick together. And just like that, the gloom lifted, and the 3 trees stood tall and proud. The school kids can now sit down, and I invite the planning committee up. That's the Grinch, Percival, Mia, Mayor, and Puddleby. At the planning committee, the Grinch revealed his vision for the Christmas celebration. We'll have some green lights, green sparkles, and a parade of green giggling glitter hoppers. The committee members blinked. Blink, blink. Percival flashed with a practiced smile. Oh, fascinating ideas, Grinch, if one enjoys green or migraine level chaos. The room tittered with laughter. Don't you think a more traditional approach is better? More who-ish, less, for lack of a better word, Grinchy. With this, the Grinch continued to stay positive and courageously stuck to his plan. And now the planning committee can sit down, and I invite the Grinch family to come sit at their dinner table. And Percival. That evening at dinner, the Grinch sighed. It's hard pleasing everyone, especially Percival. Gus and Gracie shared their disappointment about being just trees. But Martha May, wise as ever, reminded them, why, trees hold the Christmas lights. They hold the Christmas stars, and they help everyone shine. And old Percy will come around. Let's make sure he gets a turn planning the ceremony next year. I'll talk to the mayor. Oh, and that all helped a little. I invite the Grinch family, the planning committee, and Pippa back up to Whoville Town Square. As the final preparations were being made for the celebrations just before they began, the Grinch beamed with nervous excitement. Are we ready to make sure the lights are working properly? Everyone turned to see. The mayor stepped forward and raised the switch for the great Illumination. Let's get a countdown. 3, 2, 1, click, clonk. A deadened thump. Nothing happened. Oh, let's try again. Okay, let's do it one more time. 3, 2, 1, click, clunk. Not only did the Christmas lights fail to turn on, but every light in Whoville went out. The Whos were already starting to gather for the grand celebration, and the Grinch was panicked. So the Grinch came and got... But the Grinch came prepared, and he fished through a bag that sat next to him. A flashlight clicked on and shone right up the Grinch's nose. Stepping up to the microphone, he pleaded, "Stay calm," sounding entirely not calm. "As your minister of merriment, I'm fully prepared for a total electrical catastrophe. I will perform emergency merriment." He promptly wrapped himself in garland and launched into the worst Christmas jokes Whoville ever heard. "What do you call a snowman with the temper tantrum?" "A meltdown." Groans from every direction. What do you call it when you cross a snowman and a dog?" "Frostbite." Grinch nervously got puppets out of his bag and launched into a very earnest production of Scrooge McWho in an attempt to keep the gathering crowd entertained. Meanwhile, Gracie, Gus, and Pippa whispered to one another, "Something's very wrong. Let's go check it out." And they slipped away to investigate. They found a lighting switch that had been tampered with, and lying beside it, a red scarf. Uncle Percival's scarf. The children stared at one another. Could he really have done this? "Oh, I hope not," said Pippa. "We have to fix this switch," said Gracie. "That's not all we have to fix," said Pippa. Now back at the celebration. I now invite all of the Who's that are seated out there in the audience to grab your welcome song lyrics and come and sit on the steps where you can see what's going on. In the darkness, the growing crowd of Who's buzzed with growing frustration. Percival had even started booing. But Pippa stepped forward out of the shadows. She tugged on her uncle's coat and whispered, "I look up to you, Uncle Percival. Don't let me down." And then she dragged him up to the microphone. Pippa grabbed the microphone and said, "It's dark right now, but in Whoville, we have no reason to fear the dark because we Who's take care of one another in dark times and in light. In Whoville, we have an understanding, a promise to show respect and kindness to all the Who's, no matter their color, their size, their past, or their fur density. We know all differences. We know our differences don't divide us. They make us stronger. They help us shine." And Pippa took a deep breath. We all have our strengths and we all have things we gotta work on. And everyone makes mistakes. That's the Who tradition. It's the Who tradition to forgive. Pippa looked meaningfully at her Uncle Percival. "Uncle Percival, remember when you filled the snow machine with glitter by accident? We are still finding glitter in our carpets. But everyone helped clean up. Everyone forgave, because that's what Who's do. And sometimes we forget our promises. But the good news is that we can always choose kindness again, especially during this season of hope and light." The crowd murmured warmly. Percival stepped forward. That was very nice, warm murmuring. Percival stepped forward a little sheepishly, for he was a who, realizing he might have been very wrong indeed. Why, yes, and I might add, on the darkest of Christmases, when we thought our Christmas was lost, we did not despair. We gathered and sang and celebrated the joy without decorations and lights and presents and frippery. Oh, the Grinch looked at Percival nervously, but Percival grinned. And that love, that joy, brought the Grinch to us. And he certainly makes us, well, a richer community with better toys. And whose? I think that the Grinch did a fine job with this celebration. And if you wait right here, I'll go get candles so that we can have the brightest celebration ever. And just as he turned to go, Grace and Gussie came running back. Now let's make room for Grace and Gussie. Wait, they cried. We fixed it. They found the control. Gus, grab the control. And brought it to the Grinch. And the Grinch stepped forward, and we're going to have another countdown. 3, 2, 1. Linda Mowers. A burst of brilliant green light filled in the square. It was splendiferous to behold, and everybody broke out into a cheer. Percival blinked. Well, it is beautiful after all, and perhaps green is just the perfect color. He placed a hand on the Grinch's shoulder. A small gesture, but enough to make the Grinch beam with forgiveness. The Grinch lifted his arms wide. Thank you, Percival, and thank you, Who's. Let the celebration shine on. But just then, the grammar school teacher suddenly burst forward. Wait, am I not too late? Am I? My Amazon delivery just finally arrived with the stars for the tree pageant. And, well, these are for Gussie and Grace to wear. The trees were always the stars of our pageant. Did I not mention that? And even more importantly, they deserve these stars because our young Grinches saved Christmas. Let's hear it for Gus and Gracie Grinch. The Grinches hugged their children and exclaimed, "Who will join me in song?" I now invite all of the Who's to rise and embody your spirit. That's all you. Or come up to the chancel now and sing Welcome Christmas. Now the Who over there on the piano, Gary Smart, will play the chorus once through and we'll begin. I want to thank everyone who brought the Grinch to life this year. You know who you are, but especially to Oliver Dickinson, who designed and created our set. I now invite Mary Blizzard up to extinguish our candles.
This will be a hard act to follow next week.
Please rise and body your spirit for our benediction. As we extinguish these candles from the slope of Mount Crumpet to bright Whoville each day, we learn, like the Grinch, there is always a way. May we each find the courage to care and to give, for that is the way that true Whos truly live. With forgiveness to guide us and love at our core, we can brighten this world just a little bit more. May kindness be the gift that we freely extend. Merry Christmas, dear Whos. Now go share it, my friend.